Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Mindful Monday. If it's your first time joining us, feel free to put in the comments where you're watching from. If you have any questions, if you have a topic you'd like to hear covered, you can do the same thing. You can also direct message me if you don't want to place it in the comments. If it's your first time watching and you type the word mindful, whether you're watching live or a recorded version on any platform, I will go back after the broadcast, of course, and put a link that you can follow so you can get your free weekly PDF cheat sheet, which is kind of bullet points of whatever we go over during the week, and that comes out the following Sunday. So the past few weeks we've been talking about Brene Brown's book, Daring Greatly, and about the three things that she says kind of keep us from being in our true authenticity of really, enjoying our own vulnerability, if you will, of relating to other people. So the first week we talked about kind of squandering our joy, always waiting for that wonderful moment when there's joy in every day. Then we talked about the follies that can happen when we get into perfectionism. And today we're here to talk about numbing out. And so first of all, it's important to kind of say that numbing our own vulnerability, it doesn't just numb away the pain, it also numbs out any joy, any sense of belonging, any creativity, empathy, love, all the good things too. If you think about when you go to the dentist, of course we want to be numb when he fills the cavity, but the whole side of your mouth ends up being numb for a few hours afterwards. So it's the same kind of thing that happens with emotions too. And so we're very desperate these days to feel more or less of something, to make something go away, to have more of something else. It's kind of the nature of the beast in today's society. And we really do our best to numb the pain that comes from feeling inadequate or less than. We particularly do our best to escape anxiety, social discomfort, disconnection, because feeling these things tends to not only give us more anxiety, but also to lead to a sense of shame that we shouldn't be feeling this way. We do that to ourselves for the most part. And so isolation is even worse. If you start not going places and isolating, then they say that is one of the worst things, and that people will do just about anything to escape that sense of social disconnection and powerlessness. And so it's easy to see why we do want to numb out certain things. Making yourself very crazy busy is one way also. It doesn't just have to be taking substances. So making yourself too busy or getting involved in that perfectionism is another way of kind of numbing out, so you don't really have time to feel all the feels, if you will. And of course, then there's prescriptions or alcohol, and it can be just taking an edge off. It doesn't have to be, a huge overindulgence. It can just be kind of a crutch kind of thing. And that can be used as a way to numb ourselves too. There's many different ways. Let's just talk about a couple of things first though. And so what can we do if we don't want to take the edge off or numb or be crazy busy? I mean, we are crazy busy, but overly crazy busy, I guess. So according to Brene Brown and Daring Greatly, the first thing that she encourages folks to do is really to learn how to actually feel your feelings. So we've talked about this in past Mindful Mondays. Most of the time an uncomfortable, hey David, most of the time an uncomfortable, a really bad type of feeling, it really leaves our nervous system in a period of 90 seconds. It seems longer because we either are trying to avoid it or we keep thinking about the same thing. So we're recreating all those neurotransmitters that cause that, but it really lasts 90 seconds, one anxious kind of feeling. So really just learning to kind of be with your feelings. The second thing she talks about doing is to really stay mindful about any numbing behaviors you might engage in. So you can ask yourself, are my choices comforting and nourishing my spirit, or are they temporary reprieves from vulnerability and difficult emotions, which ultimately diminish my spirit? Or more simply, are my choices leading to my wholeheartedness, or do they leave me feeling more empty and searching? And then the third thing she talks about doing is really learning how to lean into the discomfort of hard emotions and kind of share. So what we resist persists. So if you kind of lean into the things that are uncomfortable to you, and then even share with those close to you, that's going to make you vulnerable, but also authentic and genuine. And this gives us two things that we really do want with those we're close to. And the first of those is connection. And connection she defines as energy that is created between people when they feel seen, heard, and valued, where they can give and receive without judgment. And then the second thing is that sense of belonging, which she defines as an innate human desire to be a part of something larger than us. So you really want to just kind of be more mindful and pay attention to and not push away anything that is uncomfortable or any kind of feelings. If there's someone safe to share it with, or even you can journal these things, that's going to help. And then just be mindful of the things that you might be doing to numb out, whether it's being crazy busy or taking the edge off with, a glass of wine while you're cooking dinner or whatever it is. So just kind of being mindful are the two main things that we're going to talk about there, as well as, leaning into the discomfort. So thank you for watching this week's Mindful Monday. I hope it's a great one for you, and we'll see you again soon.